He's coming home today. A son, a brother, a boyfriend. 22-year-old Corporal Grayson Gunn is home after 8 months of duty in Iraq. He joined the Marine Reserves when he was 17 years old.
I enjoy, or I get satisfaction out of knowing that I am protecting what I so strongly believe in: family, this country, friends.
He says when he played G.I. Joe as a kid, it was different for him. As long as he can remember, he wanted to serve his country as a soldier.
Clear.
In September 2007, he got his wish. His battalion was sent to patrol Haditha City, Anbar Province in Iraq. Except for a minor hearing loss, he suffered no injuries in the war. Still, clearly, he was in harm's way.
The streets are cluttered and it's small, but streets are one way, basically, except for main roads all throughout the city. You know, you're walking and there's buildings with thousands of windows on either side of you.
He chose to risk his life. Why? Grayson grew up in an affluent neighborhood. Both his parents are college educated. He had lots of friends, did well in school. He had been accepted to college. And yet, in a time of war, he joined the Marines. How many others in his high school class joined the military?
In my particular class, 0. The one right after me, there was 1.
Again, why endanger his life for his country, for us? We might find the answer in the first words of a new president. He paid tribute to the men and women in the military.
They have something to tell us, just as the fallen heroes who lie in Arlington whisper through the ages. We honor them not only because they are the guardians of our liberty, but because they embody the spirit of service, a willingness to find meaning in something greater than themselves.
The spirit of service, of working towards something bigger and more important than yourself. Grayson Gunn, now a junior in college, still in the Marine Reserves, he says he'd like to be a success, but he doesn't much like that word.
Success it's a horrible word. It's about the vaguest word you can come up with. Success has no true definition except for in Webster's, which I don't even know what it is. You know, success is measured in all sorts of ways. But for some reason, I don't know why, people nowadays, especially my age, the ones that are in college now, think that money, power, house, car, that's success. And I don't understand it.
But if that isn't success, what is? Grayson says he learned a lot in the mud and pain of Marine boot camp. He says there was one day when he was more tired than he's ever been before. He was mentally, physically, and emotionally exhausted.
One of my drill instructors made a comment. He said that, you know, your parents must have been horrible people. They must not be worth anything. They must be, you know, they must suck at life, basically. They just must be terrible individuals to raise something like you. You know, and that hurt. And I stopped what I was doing and I stood up and I looked at him and I said, "No, sir, you can't say I or me." So I said, "This recruit's faults are his own. Don't ever talk about my parents again." And that was when I realized that that's what they wanted the whole time. They wanted you to, once you were at your weakest point, where you had nothing left to give, still be able to stand up for yourself and still be able to put your strongest foot forward and fight the good fight.
So many kids today are in a never-ending race, competing with each other to achieve external goals: grades, test scores, trophies, money, applause.
You're always stressed out. You make achievements, but you never get to the top because the bar just keeps rising.
The process is so nerve-wracking because you never know what's going to happen, and you're just always looking for that extra edge.
You know, you do well in middle school, so you get into the honors class in high school, and you do well in high school, so you get into the best college, and so on and so on.
Everybody's gotten to be so competitive, and we have to get into the right college with the right name and the right, you know, grades and the right honor societies, and it's ridiculous.
And it's like there's always more to be done. There's always more things you can be better at, more things you can put on your resume.
Good schools and good grades are important, but how do you encourage kids to be internally motivated, to learn and work hard and care about others, not just for the applause from teachers and parents, but for the reward they find inside themselves? That's the strong core we want to build inside the heart of our children. That's the strength that will help them endure, even thrive. The President says these are the values our nation needs, never more than now.
Honesty and hard work, courage and fair play, tolerance and curiosity, loyalty and patriotism. These things are old. These things are true. What is demanded then is a return to these truths. What is required of us now is a new era of responsibility.